Welcome to the preseason. A little different summer for you this year, changing schools a little bit. The wardrobe colors are changing once again. How's the summer been going so far?
Summer's been great. The kids have really bought in. Their attendance throughout the summer was outstanding. We had 5 great weeks of 3-day workouts and had some nice scrimmages against some great competition. A lot of fun. Griffith Panther and not a 59er,
Yeah.
So that was kind of a bizarro time for me, but it was a lot of fun and it was great competition. Just our rings for us that year was a man named Carl Allegretti. His son plays for the Kansas City Chiefs. Accomplishment.
Yeah, for sure.
Speaking of kids, we were talking to was a coach, and they said that in the short time that they've had you as their coach now, that you are very you know every spot on the field, all that stuff, all that experience. But from your standpoint, I feel like that's something probably that you've been doing for X amount of years.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah. I mean, I think probably the biggest thing is, everywhere I've been, I've always felt like I've had really great staffs. Together, such a great staff at Griffith that, I just think the head coach.
All the successes that you've had. To what extent do you find yourself?
You have to understand that the world has changed. Kids have changed. Their commitment in some ways has changed. So you have to adapt to things. There's no doubt about it. Nobody likes this term. Sometimes when you say this term, when you say you're old school, we're your biggest fans. We want you to get better. We want you to develop character. Kids, better people, better adults, better fathers.
For sure. So, one of the things that you've been able to do is kind of, jump around to different, not only conferences, for you there as you come in and what that talent is already there.
Yeah, I think that's a great question, and I think I was able to ball out a little bit. He's out catching the ball a little bit. He throws the ball back to us, and then we're like, whoa, wait a minute. We're going to look at you as a possibility of a quarterback. He's a point guard on the basketball team. We'll adapt this scheme. Your little adaptations that you have off your base offense, and you play with the kids. You move them over the season, whatever you want to get them better, get them as basic and individual.
You talked about your quarterback and how maybe it was going to be a receiver and it kind of makes a change. Any other surprises that you've had so far this summer where you're like, hold on, wait a minute?
I really think that our offensive line is coming together in a way that we originally didn't see it coming together. We will end up playing a couple of young kids in there that we didn't anticipate playing early on, which I'm really excited about him. This time I told the kids, I'm not going to use that no matter who I'm coaching. You're a senior, you're a college player now. That's just how we do it. So, we're trying to get our kids to mature quick. It's awesome. We got one. Hunter Smith.
So he's doing well.
So he's doing great. He's doing great, actually we thought he might be the quarterback. He started strong safety for us. That's where he's kind of evolved into being our play going on with this senior class. Unfortunately, dedication we wanted from those guys, and we just decided in best interest of the program we needed to move on and wish them the best of luck.
For sure.
So,
And kind of that idea of, buying into the program and things like that. Coming into Griffith, how quick, what were some, potentially challenges or roadblocks to, really developing the culture, kind of what's going to be specific to what you're going to need out of your guys.
And no disrespect to any of the coaches that have been there since Russ, especially, so I came in, and obviously with a great deal of experience, I came in saying we have to have a buy-in immediately to show these kids what we want to do, and especially show the lower levels up. And being able to put the staff together that I was able to put together with the experience that those guys have. Being able to sit them in a room in our coaches meeting and say, this is an immediate buy-in. We're here for the long haul, so let's go that route. And I know our administration and faculty are absolutely buying it.
You talk about the buy-in, you talk about the community, and are there certain things that you're noticing about at the lower levels that things maybe might be changing due to the fact that there is this buy-in from the top level, and is that seeming to trickle down already to the lower levels, you think, or do you think there's going to be some more time for that?
I think both.
Okay.
I think both. I think my objective was next year for sure we are going to play a freshman schedule. We felt like as things were starting to evolve, we might be able to do that this year with where our numbers were. Don't know if we won't be able to play a full freshman schedule, but we will be able to play some, if you want to call them C games, which we're real happy with. We'll play a full JV schedule, no doubt about it. I think that yes, we're seeing that. We just didn't, but yeah, our goal is absolutely to get it back to where it was. Absolutely. I mean, this group, we work on transitional things all the time. We work on adversity situations all the time. But that some kid's going to hear punt team and forget to run out there. Somebody, those things are going to happen.
I meant personally for you. Are there still jitters for you?
Oh, I don't know if it's jitters or just overexcitement.
Okay.
I loved Michigan City. Those people were great to me. The community was great. The administration to either get out of football or get a change. Griffith's given me that opportunity. I couldn't be happier for it.
All right. Well, Coach, thank you very much for your time. We appreciate it. Good luck this season over at Griffith. We'll have more here from the preseason pigskin party from Set 'em Up Lanes in Griffith, Indiana. So stay tuned here on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
When you come into our branch, you're sincerely going to be met by your neighbors. These folks live in the cities where you are living, and we set out to do that and would have representation for everybody. So our Lake County team is just an all-star team, a dream team put together from all of our 5 cities and other areas in Lake County.
The main thing we want to do is make sure that the member is satisfied with what we're doing and that we're providing them with the resources and the financial information that is important to them.
Hi, I'm Crowell Company's Lantern Man. I'll cover your motorcycle. I'll be with you on the water. I'll be with you on the snow. I'll cover your insurance needs wherever you go. I'll be at Crowell Agency from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. As Crowell Company's Lantern Man, I'm your insurance superhero.
Crowell Companies, the insurance professionals in Highland, Maryville, and Michigan City.
From schools to stadiums, hospitals and bridges, everywhere you look, you your future. As an apprentice, you'll earn a debt-free college degree, earn while you learn, and receive great benefits like healthcare and retirement. So what are you waiting for? Visit carpenters.com to learn more. Visit carpenters.com and start building your future today.
Skin Party here on the Region Sports Network in Griffith, Indiana. We are here with Coach French. Coach, good to have you here today.
Really good numbers, which was one thing we were trying to get corrected right away was numbers. We're up to about 100 guys, 9 through 12, so good, and stayed relatively.
So making a pretty big jump here from Calumet now to Michigan City. What's been kind of the bumps, or maybe what would have been the triumphs so far that you've had since making that move?
I was at Elkhart for 4 years before Calumet, so I'm familiar with the level of football and it's just a bigger operation. That's the biggest difference. I'm working with 6 assistant coaches at Calumet, and we have like 15, 16 assistant coaches at Michigan City. So just the operation overall, biggest change, but it's been smooth. I feel like our staff's done a good job adjusting to me, adjusting what the expectations are, and a lot of things similar to how it was operated before and a lot of things different, so it's gone well.
All right.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about your staff of assistant coaches. You go from obviously a larger staff where it doubles in size, but with it being, in a new program, and with, like you mentioned, the different expectations, how have they taken to that?
That has helped the transition quite a bit. I brought 2 guys with me from Calumet, Coach Midkiff and Coach Snow, and then we post jobs, and we had some really good applicants. D coordinator Coach Shields coming to us from Texas, former D coordinator at Siena Heights University. So he stepped in, done a really good job with our defense. We got Trent Orm are moving in the right direction, and guys have, there's a tangible improvement from the first day of spring ball to where we are now, which is what you want to see. So.
And with that staff, and in terms of getting your team ready for the beginning of the season, and where guys are going to be playing that may have been not that you expected them to be, and things have changed.
Yeah, so I mean, taking the roster over, obviously the first thing you're going to do is watch, and we're playing in philosophy. We're going to play a lot more zone, and then you use the successes they've had games on film.
Jump off for a second. I'm just curious. We got Lake County Fair going on.
A little kid at the fair is the elephant ears. So
we talked about some of the returning play. I would imagine most people are else from you. You're good. All right. So were you looking forward to that first game and seeing that crowd there? And
yeah, I'm excited about the whole aspect of it. I'm nervous before every game. It's part of the job, and but I'm excited for our kids. Our kids, they want to get the taste opportunity. So.
All right, perfect. Here, Coach French from Michigan City.
Hi, I'm Crowell Company's Lantern Man. I'll cover your motorcycle. Friends needs wherever you go. I'll be at Crowell Agency from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. As Crowell Company's Lantern Man, I'm your insurance superhero.
Crowell Companies, the insurance professionals in Highland, Maryville, and Michigan City.
From schools to stadiums, hospitals, and
Hands way to a great career.
Welcome back to the pre
this year. Our numbers are up now.
Perfect. And so, who's been really stepping up so far here in the summer? I had a chance to talk to some of you as a team.
No, absolutely. I think we have a very talented team when you look at it across the board.
Put the microphone up a little bit closer.
Got a very talented group. When you look at it, you got Freddie Brown in the backfield and on defense for us, who's a very talented junior. Holland Harris, who was another captain up here for you guys earlier that you talked to as our quarterback, is a very talented kid.
He said he's going to throw 200 touchdowns this year.
I don't know. That's a real bold prediction, right?
I'm all for it. I mean, hey, breaking news on the Region Sports Network. Bring it.
No, absolutely. And then, on defensive line, we returned 4 out of the 5 starters from last year. So I'm real confident and excited for what I think our offense can do. And defensively, we've tweaked some things and changed some things, and we've had some younger kids, some underclassmen, really kind of step up this summer and find some really good roles for them. So I'm real happy with where we're at right now.
Yeah, they said senior leadership has been good so far and helping them get ready, and they just feel like everything's just kind of fitting into place now. They're kind of going through the system the way that you've been doing things now, and they feel like they fit now and they understand where they're
very young. We've started, I think, 11 freshmen and sophomores over the last 2 years, and with our schedule, which I think is a very competitive schedule, that's tough. You got a lot of kids that aren't quite physical. Where now we're going to be more upperclassmen with that. No more. Freddie started as a freshman for us. Now he's going into his junior year as a very big recruit in the state of Indiana. And, he's kind of seen it all and had some really good teams he's had to play against. And I think that's going to pay dividends for us down the road with
in the past couple of years. And now you have a team that, seems to kind of have their feet underneath them, and the speed of the game has slowed down, and that you have juniors and you have, upperclassmen in certain spots that you didn't have previously. How has that changed in terms of how you coach them and what expectations are? How do you go about things differently?
Yeah, I think, just to touch on the expectations.